The Harley White sprint car, and ladies and gentlemen, I'm about a day ahead. I should have did a video yesterday to show you the progress of it, but I basically got most of the frame assembled and the motor on the sprint car, and this kit's not too bad for a late 80s kit, according to the date on there, 1987. So it holds up even today. Very little flash on it. The only flash I really saw was around the motor part, which just had to clamp and sand that down. But anyway, other than that, I am pleased with the frame. It's actually two parts. You basically bottom frame and you take the top frame and glue it on top. So I'm glad it wasn't like multi-pieces where you're still trying to fidget with it. But anyway, it's slowly taking shape. I went ahead and put the seat in. I'm going to have to stop right about here because I got to figure out, I got to get the figure in, and it's actually another seat that goes in it, and I got to make sure I can be able to get the figure to sit in the seat. But other than that, it's slowly taking shape. Now, I only had one problem, and that's the little bar here for the axle. It wants to go slanted, which it'll make the wheels turn just a little bit, which no big deal. But I couldn't get that straight. That was my only complaint with it, was doing that. But anyway, I think it's pretty darn slick, and it's something I've never built, so that's a unique thing. Now, I know a lot of people's asking, Mr. Hare, you're putting everything together and not painting, and that's the way I do it. It's just easier. I mean, you're not going to see a lot of the motors, so I'll get most of it painted, and it'll be mostly shadows, and I'll dry brush a little bit on top for the what you can see. But other than that, it's not going to be totally painted color by color on the motor, because you're going to have the hood on it and everything. It's just going to hide everything. But anyway, other than that, pretty darn slick. I got spoiled building the Bandai kits. I forgot how much you have to go hunt for the parts when you're looking on the trees. They'll say, Bandai is pretty much an order on the tree, and you have to go back to American-made model kits where you got to go hunt for it. I did get spoiled on that, but anyway. Decals. I got Harley White decals, and I'll put a link in the description if you don't know. That's called slotcarfever.com. You can get 24 scale, and you can also get these like in 18th, 32nd. It's just crazy what you can get. I don't know how well they use. We're going to find out once we get to the decal stage. Of course, they're aftermarket. I'm going to spray them first before I ever do anything, but they are pretty sharp. I mean, printed wise, I didn't really see any fault with them. I'm going to give my disclaimer. I usually buy online at their website, but I actually found them on eBay, and I really don't buy on eBay. Just don't. But eBay was actually $4 cheaper for some reason. I don't know why. They had a little special going on, so I went that route. So anyway, I'll put a link in the description so you can see slotcarfever.com's multitude of decals. So we got the Harley White decals. She has several cars, and this is her current one, the Dustin's Dream. And I thought, I don't do that often, build a current vehicle or a or a specific one. So that'll be unique as well. And everyone knows I go to garage sales and flea markets everywhere, and sometimes I need bases. I've been trying to standardize my base, and that ain't been working out. So if I do one-offs, I try to do like a one-off base. So I found, for example, sports trophies. They're like this tall, and they were $1, and I bought a bunch of them because again, a pedestal base. So I unscrewed all the sports ball trophy stuff on it, threw it away, and I got me a nice pedestal base. And you're gonna fill the hole anyway with the groundwork, but that's a pretty nice base for $1. So anyway, I did that. And for the slot car, this was a 2-tier one. Sports whatever was on it, baseball, softball, something. I ripped all that off to get the nice little plaque base on here. Again, you're going to fill the holes with so I think something like that should be pretty darn slick. With the some of them are flat bases, some of them are pedestal bases, which that's what I try to go look around, because that stuff's expensive anyway, just to get the base. But anyway, that's another alternative if you're looking for bases. So that's what I got going on today. We are assembling the slot car, which a little more to do, and we'll just keep continuing on till we get that assembled. And that's what I got going on today. So stay tuned for the next exciting episode.